If you want to significantly transform your body through muscle growth and fat loss, I'm about to share with you what might be the absolute most important advice you could possibly hear in doing so. And it's particularly relevant now in 2026. At the end of the day, you could have the perfect strength training program, a comprehensive diet and meal plan, and an exact vision of the physique goals that you want to accomplish. But without the missing link I'm about to share with you, you probably won't get very far at all. In fact, from my experience working as a physique coach for the past 7.5 years, failing to implement this advice might be the leading reason why so many people fail to ever accomplish their physique goals. Why so many people feel stuck in a body that just isn't in the state that they want it to be in. So in this video, while showing you footage from my latest full body gym workout, I'm going to share with you what the missing piece of the muscle growth and fat loss puzzle is. And my hope is that in shedding some light on it, for those of you who have been missing it, you can take pause and then start implementing it so you can finally accomplish the physique transformation that you've always wanted. Before we get started, if you find this video to be helpful, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. It really helps me out. Okay, let's dive in. Nothing worth doing is easy. That's something I remember my dad saying to me when I was at a young and very impressionable age. And ever since he said it, it stuck with me. It's a philosophy that was made most famous by Teddy Roosevelt, who said, "Nothing in the world is worth having or doing unless it means effort, difficulty, pain. I have never in my life envied a human being who led an easy life." In my experience, this couldn't be more true. Think of any of the most highly sought out, rewarding things you could accomplish in our world. Being at the top of a skill, sport, or an art, like an NBA athlete, virtuoso orchestral musician, or a renowned sculptor or painter, or being at the top of a career or building a highly successful business, or, and perhaps this is the most important thing we could possibly hope for, is having a strong marriage and an orderly and loving family. From what I've learned and experienced, none of those things are easily attained, not even close. Think of all the sacrifice, time, and energy and effort one must undergo to accomplish any one of those things. And yes, though this is a digression, I'm even talking about marriage. Although I'm not married, I suspect that a good marriage might take some seriously significant sacrifice to make truly solid. If you're married and watching this, I'd love to hear your thoughts and experience with this in the comments. This philosophy is true of not only accomplishing the most rewarding things of that nature, but things that are simply of the greatest good too. Think of the sacrifice it takes for every individual who participates on the right side of a just war, like the Allied soldiers and commanders in World War II who, for the highest possible good, put an end to the Holocaust. And think of the sacrifice it would have taken for the greatest inventors and pioneers of discovery, like those involved in the lunar landing or the invention of the automobile, or more recently, the invention and development of the smartphone. There are many more examples and even greater ones than those. This concept of nothing worth doing is easy is something that's also commonly illustrated in the greatest stories out there too. I talked a good deal about Samwise Gamgee, admittedly one of my favorite literary characters, in my latest video. I bring him up again to highlight that the perilous, difficult journey he embarked on alongside Frodo to toss the One Ring into the heart of Mount Doom to ultimately free the peoples of Middle-earth from the horrible tyranny of Sauron was one that took tremendous sacrifice. It's a story that is loved by nearly everyone that knows it because I think we all have this internal understanding and desire to see things of the highest good attained through means of overcoming challenges, strife, and obstacles. Now, although accomplishing a physique transformation through building muscle and losing fat might not be on the same level of potential difficulty as Samwise Gamgee's journey with Frodo to the heart of Mount Doom, it is something that will still involve some sacrifice. For those just getting started, it means initially spending mental energy and time planning and scheduling your workouts, learning different exercises, and incorporating those workouts into a perhaps already full, busy, and stressful lifestyle. And when it comes to nutrition, it means initially learning about healthy eating, food selection, calories and macros, and perhaps meal planning. That is all a challenge in itself. For anyone who's been in great shape for years, that's been successfully consistent with their exercise and healthy eating routines, they'll tell you that being deep along the journey itself, you'll find it littered with challenges and obstacles too. Oftentimes, work stress or long hours can throw a wrench in your exercise routine or meal prep times. The same is true for planned or unplanned family responsibilities that take priority over a health and fitness routine as well. And other times, periods of low motivation, low energy, and an overall low level of desire to stay on the wagon can commonly creep in. On top of all that, regular hard workouts done with the intention of building muscle are, in themselves, incredible ongoing challenges not to be scoffed at, even when all of your plans outside of the gym, outside of fitness, do go smoothly. Like I mentioned, you could have the best, most optimal training program and nutrition approach out there. But when those tough patches hit you in the midst of your journey to accomplishing your physique goals, you're going to need something else to keep you taking steps forward. It's commitment. You need to commit to the process. Not 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You need to go all in. Why? Well, because when you come across the inevitable, unavoidable challenges as you implement your perfect training and nutrition approach along the journey, think of what will happen. If you're not committed, what's to stop you from giving up, from falling off the wagon? The easiest thing to do would be to avoid the difficulty after all, because that means avoiding pain. We're humans. Of course, we don't inherently like feeling pain. And so it's our level of commitment that holds us accountable to continuing to take steps forward despite the pain. It's tough nowadays, I feel. I mentioned right at the beginning of this video that this advice, that if you want to accomplish your physique goals, you need to fully commit to the process, is particularly relevant now in 2026. I say this because our modern culture encourages us to seek out comfort and inherently avoid challenges and pain. That being so, people might be especially reluctant when it comes to committing to doing what it takes to accomplish their physique goals. After all, why would you commit if that means concretely setting yourself on a path that will inevitably lead to some struggle? It's a bit of a paradox, really. People want to transform their bodies, but don't want to go through the challenge that's needed to be undergone to get there. And so they don't commit fully, and upon getting started, fall off not long thereafter as a byproduct. From what I've seen, that's common. There is a good reason for committing, though, and for taking the challenge of accomplishing your physique goals head on. That reason being, for all of the potential good that would come through transforming your body through muscle growth and fat loss. And not just from the surface good that comes from being in great physical shape, but also the mental and emotional growth that would come from the process as well. Nothing worth doing is easy. Challenges are what lead to growth. Overcoming obstacles are what lead to the most fulfilling and meaningful rewards. So, unlike what much of our modern 2026 culture encourages, it's best to seek out challenges rather than to cower from them and seek out comfort instead. And when it comes to accomplishing your muscle growth and fat loss goals and keeping those results forever, it means fully committing to the process. And that's it. That's my important advice. Go all in and fully commit. At this point, I would love to know your feedback. Let me know your thoughts and insights in the comment section below. Before this video comes to a close, I want to quickly let you know about the work that I do. When I'm not making YouTube videos or Instagram content, I work full-time as an online physique coach, where I help my clients to accomplish their muscle growth and fat loss goals by optimizing their approach to strength training and nutrition, and I coach them through the process. I've been doing this work for over 7 years and love helping my clients to not only transform their bodies, but ultimately their lives. If you've been considering getting some help with accomplishing your own physique goals, feel free to hit the link in the description below, where you can learn a little bit more about the work that I do and how I can help you. You can even use that link to schedule a free video consultation with me. If you have any questions about my coaching or how I can help you, just email me at sam@jadeathletics.ca. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.